Hello, everybody. How is how are you all hanging in there? Everyone doing good? Let's see who is in the chat. I hope I've not got any windows open that are gonna do anything crazy. I think I'm good. Oh no, there we
Hello,
go.
everybody.
It is me again. Okay, fine. I always open up the YouTube. It's so weird doing it on just not enough screens. But anyway, yeah, I hope everyone is doing very well, despite all of the price action. I just thought we would look at the New York Open together. So we will have a look at that and we will see what happens, I guess. So, who do we have in the chat? We've got Khaled here, we've got JF, we've got Static Noise, Kalen, Eric. Quit dumping, please. I know, Eric, you are maybe a little bit trapped right now. Hopefully, things will not go too bad. Jay, Denario, Jacka P, Alessio, Nahuel, Zikov, Inigo, Testy, Mubu, Big Dave, Ellie. That's as many names as I can see on there. Yeah, so I did an update this morning. Okay, this is basically just a follow up from the update. So we are going to just see. I need to actually put my light on here. It's a little bit, sorry, farty chair. That's better. I don't feel like I'm sat in a dungeon anymore. Although, because it's quite light behind me, the background, that might get a little interfering. But hopefully that's a little bit better. It's better for me because I can see a bit more clearly. And it's lovely and sunny outside. So, yeah, I wanted to just have a bit of brightness. Anyway, yeah, I think today we're basically just going to watch the New York Open for half an hour or so. We'll see what happens. If you haven't watched the video from this morning, I would say go and watch it. But like we're 10 minutes away from the New York Open, so I'll try and do a quick recap. Hopefully, everyone has seen the video from this morning. Basically, right, this we've got one little MPOC left within this entire year long range, and that's it. Beyond that, that was kind of the final capitulation that we had within that really big consolidation back last year. And we're in a very similar kind of time right now. Okay, we've taken out all the lows. So all the lows have been taken out. We've taken all the liquidity that's there. We've got a little bit of support remaining, but realistically, I think we do have to be aware that there could be a capitulation. Um, so we'll see how it goes. It might happen. We'll find out very soon. I think if it's going to happen, then it's likely to happen today. And I'd be surprised if this goes on into tomorrow. The speed in which we're falling here and the way that the volume is starting to increase again and starting to, I mean, the volume's still fairly poor, but the way that we're getting this move down, I think it's quite likely that we do find a low today. How low that is going to be, I'm not quite sure. If we bounce off of this MPOC, we could just come into this here. This is actually, I need to put that at 400 because that's actually a little bit more accurate for 50 tick. So I'm just going to bring this up. We're like basically right at this MPOC that I would be looking for a potential reaction. So it's kind of set up nicely, right? For if we were to see New York opens, takes out the low, and then suddenly we get a bit of volume to the upside. It would be really interesting if we can do something like that. Although the markets in general look so bad, I just don't see that as being the most likely scenario. For me, and this is really quite bad, my phone's going off. It's really quite bearish, right? I think for me right now, I'm probably looking sub 30k for today. Uh, but we'll see how it goes. And yeah, there is a possibility we can bounce before, but I think realistically, seeing that the kind of trend we're in on the day so far, I would expect New York to accelerate this slightly and for that to find a low later on rather than just SFP of the lows. And is that going to be realistically enough volume for us to push back up? take out the daily open, do the whole 80% setup, change market structure. I just don't think so at this stage. So I probably am looking at sub 30k today. So if you are in long positions, it's probably a bit late now, right? Because we could just reverse very, very quickly. But yeah, we'll watch it. We'll see what happens. It's it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting day. The last few days for me, I've just kind of, I haven't even wanted to. It's really boring. Like I'm just, the market's really just, yeah, it's not really doing anything. If we get a capitulation, at least that brings a bit of, it's horrible, but at least it brings a bit of excitement back into the market again. And this grind down is just so dull. It's just so dull. And I haven't felt any desire to trade it. So it's basically like since Taurus turned 1, we've just ground down into very weak support at this stage. The stronger support was higher. Now it's a little bit weaker. There's not a lot of interest around here. Sentiment is terrible. Open interest is still kind of high. Leverage is still kind of high. There could be more downside to come. So, yeah. However, on the plus side, okay, sentiment. This is like I guess that's a negative for today, but it is a positive overall. Okay, sentiment is so low. Open interest is still, I think, needs a little bit more to go. I think we still need a few more liquidations before we can really see a reversal. However, it's getting close. I do think that we're getting close to some kind of reversal in the market, and whether that's going to be major or just bringing us back up for a dead cat bounce, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I'm short. I've bought some spot today, a very small amount. I'm not really going in hard like I was last summer. I was very, very confident that things would reverse at that point. At this stage, everything just looks, for me, too bad. I don't see a way back from the price that we're at now getting through that resistance, whereas I saw that really easily before, which could, again, that could be a good sign, because if I'm getting bearish and if everyone else is getting bearish, then the low must be close. So yeah. Anyway, I'm rambling on. I thought I'd do a little introduction just as my general thoughts on the market at the moment, going into this open. We've got 5 minutes to go. We'll see if we do get some volume on open. I know that futures are about 1% down at the moment. I know that they're not quite at any support that I was looking at, but we're not far off either on the SPX. So, of course, we've got this MPOC, okay, 32,400. That is reasonable. You could bounce there. You could change market structure. It could set us up for coming back up towards these highs. Basically, our daily opens where my marker is, more or less. And if we were to come back up into previous day value area, kind of the weekend value area, and I think things start to look a lot better again. So we can start to look for longs within that region after a change of market structure, but it's going to be tough to trade. So it's one of those, you don't want to be the hero and try and like catch a knife here, but MPOC, reasonable level. Okay, it's quite a significant one. It is the same MPOC across quite a few exchanges. So within, it's basically 32,500 down to 32,300. You've got an MPOC more or less everywhere. So there is significant interest in this level. Below that, okay, it's a weekly level. I'm not placing much weight on that at all. Maybe we hit it and get a bounce if the price comes through, but I'm not placing much weight on that at all. Realistically, I think daily level below is the one that is a little bit more significant. So if we do go and zoom out a bit here, you can see just coming down into this daily level. I don't place much significance on that, to be honest, either. Because if we're going to hit the daily level, we're going to take out the lows. Let's be honest, like the speed that this is coming down, we're going to take the lows if we hit this daily level. So we would be looking at 27, 26 lower. Okay. We could end the day at like 23. I don't know. We'll find out, but yeah, right now it's not looking very good. So MPOC is the last chance. and scalps off of the weekly and the daily. But realistically, if we do lose this MPOC, I think we're looking really bad. So, what else can we talk about? We've got 3 minutes into the open. We're rolling over again. We're going to take this low out on the New York Open. There is... That's broken. Again. We can talk about the Bitfinex stuff, but at the moment, look, Bitfinex have been buying this like crazy, but they're pushing down as well. This is like kind of insane. So, you know how, you know how overall these massive Bitfinex buy walls that we've been looking at for the last like week or so, you've had at this stage about 800 Bitcoin long within this region, and they're holding it up there. They're holding about 800 Bitcoin, I think, long. And look at the buy wall, the asks that are coming in here. They're basically placing a whole position above price and are forcing this down. So there's a good 3, 4, 500 Bitcoin constantly above price, forcing lower, forcing lower, forcing lower, forcing lower, forcing lower, all the time. And it's not looking good. It's not looking good if you're looking for a reversal right now. This has to change, and I think that this exchange is a big driving factor on the market at the moment because it is big amounts of money. The price there is nowhere near enough volume for price to get through this at the moment. So unless they significantly change their stance, this is not going to change anytime soon. If we do go over onto Binance, I mean, it's the same old story. Okay, everyone's buying the dip. So more people to punish. And if we look at FTX again, we've just got open interest just falling off of a cliff. So there's just no interest with price around this level. There's not really anything significant around here either. But even this stuff, yeah, this didn't even get filled. You would have seen a rise in open interest. So Bitfinex are placing buy walls and pulling them by the look of things, unless that's not very significant. No, I think they're placing buy walls and they're pulling them. So, yeah. Do we have any positives? Let's watch the New York Open across the market. I'll just quickly look in the chat and we'll see what people are saying. But there's the alert at the low. At this point, I'm just going to place this alert here because from earlier on, we're still, from the daily open even, we're down like 5% today, and it's just disgusting. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so New York Open, gap down underneath any support. So you're already below support. So you've already taken out the lows on open, which is going to hit some stops on open as well. So you're probably going to hit some stops straight away, which is going to cause a bit of a move down. You've had a little bit of a move down. We do have this gap here. This one needs to get moved across. And let's see what we're looking at. Okay, that was support. We're through it. I will, if we do start to get a bounce, I mean, we're not looking at like a gap fill at this stage. I think we could be looking at maybe a move up towards about here. And then that could cause some problems. But realistically, I think as we've had that little close below, I mean, maybe we could, you never know what's going to happen here. We've got... So yeah, you've got some lows there, you've got some liquidity, and there's this one-to-one. So again, sub 4K on SPX is something I'd be looking at. And there is that other gap here. Okay, so this is this other little gap on the charts that I don't have on there anymore. I think I do have it on here. It'll be one of these lines. There's so many lines, I remove them all the time. But we do have gap. Yep. So 4,019 points on the SPX is another small little gap that we do have a little bit lower. So another little bit to be aware of. We're not really getting any kind of a move here on the open. You're actually getting Bitcoin. Oh, Bitcoin's going for it. So, what's going on? What's going on? This is a drop off in open interest. So, I do think we can have a look at this. I mean, realistically for me, that it's volatility going into the open. Often you would look to fade this and look straight away that they're pushing it back down again. I do think we're going to take the lows still. But it's interesting that we've had such a big move up. It does show that there is, if we can get some volume into the charts, then it does show that we can reverse this. So, yeah, there is that hopium. Yeah, often that opening move you'd look to fade. That doesn't really tell you too much at the moment. Um, yeah, we basically retraced all of this already. So a little quick liquidity grab at the highs. Did the USDT take out all the highs? Not all of them. Some exchanges did, some exchanges didn't. So some nice volatility to come in, but nothing tradable yet. Yeah, possibly stopping out some short positions that have just been trailing their stops, uh, which is not what you want to see because then we're probably gonna, people will start actually people will start piling back into shorts. If this has been a little stop hunt on short positions, then people may just start piling back into the lows, which could help if there is a low that gets put in. Um, okay, I'm gonna have a look at uh, the chats. Can't sub 30 kgs Taurus the true bears. I mean, I'm not. Look, I would. I would very much like to see the MPOC hit. I would be interested to trade that and to get a reversal. But as such, you've just got to trade. We're in a downtrend. You've just got to continue to trade it as that. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Uh, Davy Leo, which app do you use to look at the limit orders? So I'm looking at Trading Light. So where is it? There it is. This is Trading Light that I'm looking at on here. This is to look at the limit orders. If we reverse here, it'd be really funny. There's nothing's actually happened yet. SPX is figuring itself out. I wouldn't be surprised to see a move up to here. This is the thing. Although we can have a bit of a bounce going on, we've still got to be aware of market structure. Looks like an SFP on the 12-minute. Who would trade the 12-minute chart though? That's just a crazy one. Come on, Bitcoin. Get some volume. There we go. We've hit some alerts. We've taken out the highs on all exchanges now. Yes, we have. We have taken the highs on all exchanges. No volume yet. VWAP's still above us. So we do still have VWAP as resistance. I mean, if in the we came to 32,500, we did take out the lows. So remaining neutral here, we did take out the lows of the range. We haven't had any volume come in. We do have New York open now. I don't think it's enough. So if we do come into this VWAP here, 33,300, I think we could meet some resistance. If we start to get through that, it does start to look a little better. Oh no, Eric shorted. No, man. This is why we're pumping. Didn't you like long? I don't know if you longed the high the other day. Um, oh no, you can't short at the bottom. Come on, it's too late. It's too late to be taking short positions now. It's a little bit for me. It's still too early to be looking at longs. There's a lot more. Like we need more data on this. It's a long way before we're looking at any kind of major reversal. But look at what it's done. It's decent. Actually, that could have been a half decent trade. So we did have golden pocket there. This happened earlier on, and it was actually really nice. Okay, so we had this earlier, golden pocket, bit of a bounce, and then we continued on with the downtrend. So yeah, so far nothing significant on here. I realized how bearish I started the stream. I was like sub 30k. Like I do think, of course, if we are going to get a stock market crash, then we're either going to bounce at this MPOC, which in that case we're close enough, or we're going to go sub 30k. I would like to see a capitulation. We shall soon find out. Sputnik, hi Luke, could you please explain how we have limit sell orders above the current price on Trading Light? I don't think. Well, these got filled. I mean, these got pulled. So the ones on our Bitfinex got pulled because we didn't see a increase in open interest there. Interesting. We are still moving up. Yeah, we're not looking at any major sell walls. This is the thing. So if price does want to reverse, it will do so very, very quickly. Still no change in market structure. If anyone got along there, that's quite nice. Again, for me, I'm an interested spectator for this right now because I don't have a reason to trade it. It's very similar to what we had last summer. I didn't catch the exact low, but there was plenty of opportunity to get in. So if we're gonna pivot here, I mean, like just look at this realistically. If we're going to pivot, you've got all of this space around here to be taking positions in. So it's very similar to this. I didn't catch this low, but I made plenty of money on the way up. I bought this heavily. I sold this heavily. I bought about here heavily. And there's plenty of time to get in on this. At the moment, I'm interested, but I don't feel like trading these kind of moves. But it's a nice bounce. Nice bounce either way. We have a big CME gap. Surprised we got such a big move on weekend. CME gaps have been like forgotten about a bit, haven't they? With obviously the legacy markets still trade them quite a lot, but CME gaps have been more or less forgotten. What's going on with my internet? Or trading view, one or the other. There we go. Yeah. So we do have a gap up here. And this is we're actually right down at a gap, but we haven't completely filled it. Where's that from? This is from gap. Okay, here we go. So we do have this gap from back in the 23rd of July last year. So that is at 32,480. So we hit 32,500. So we do have that gap there at 32,480, which we've come in and filled again. It's not a complete fill of that gap, but again, that could be potential nice region to look for a reversal. We're very close to it. We have taken out the lows. There's a possibility. And yeah, there was a reasonably okay amount of volume for a weekend. I mean, just all people just closing out positions. I was really hoping we get like some like, yeah, dump it. It'd be more exciting. I want this resolved today. Either way, I want this resolved today. I'm bored of this price action. I want it resolved today. I was hoping we'd just get like take out the lows, then a reaction. This is kind of nothing. There is one other thing. Again, we've looked at the SPX, we've looked at Bitcoin. I do want to mention the DXY, and if we look on a daily time frame here, it's struggling. Although it's pumping, it is. If you were to see this and you have wick into resistance, wick into resistance, wick into resistance 3 days in a row, I think realistically you would be looking at a pullback. And this is again how many years? Like 5 years. So we're at 5 year highs here on the dollar, and it hasn't actually closed above that 2017 high at all yet. So again, something else interesting to bear in mind. There is this continued kind of pushing up on the price and not able to close above there. So for now, this again has been, obviously DXY has been causing a lot of pain for global like asset markets, especially tech stocks and crypto. But there is signs of hope, I guess, again here that this could be finding some kind of exhaustion. You've got this, ooh, this is the wrong thing. You've got big divergences building. You can see here, this line is the 2017 all-time high, or 2017 high, not all-time high, but that is the 2017 high. Oh, is that a trend line? It's not actually going to show. It just goes on forever, right? There we go. You get the idea. It's there. That is the 2017 high. So we have taken out the highs of the range. That is consider that a deviation, and we could be looking at a big pullback. So that could be really nice. You had nothing on the order flow here. You just had an influx in volume during the open. Nothing tradable. Nothing tradable for myself. Apart from Golden Pocket, it was just a short squeeze here. A little short squeeze. You had open interest drop a little bit as a result. Now you're getting longs coming in and shorts coming in, so yeah, volatility starting to pick up. I don't know why my DOMs disappeared again. The Nereo, don't forget the Taurus advertisement. I mean, look, is there anyone that's actually new to the channel that's watching this? If there's anyone that's new to the channel watching this, then please do say hello. But I'm convinced at this stage that we're the only people crazy enough to still be trading. Call us crazy, call us whatever. Because we just look for percentage moves. We don't really care what price Bitcoin's going to be. We just trade it. So if there is anyone new to the channel that is still here, I mean, surely most people are wiped out by this time, then do say hello and welcome to the channel. I'm not really, again, this isn't a move that I'm particularly looking to trade right now, although if we do get an opportunity, if we do come down and take those lows, I think I would be interested. However, this move here is just a bit meh. This will be another local golden pocket again, so you're probably going to see a bit of a bounce here based off of just fibs alone. But ultimately, I still want to see us push a little bit lower today. That was a move that you would look to fade in most normal circumstances. But it's a weird market at the moment, so I'm not going to pretend I know exactly what it's going to do. But if you are new here, welcome. Please do, if you are new to the channel, do go and have a look at tauruscrypto.com. There it is. This is our website, so you can find out more about our trading community. We have a ton of educational content on there. We do have a free Discord server, and there is also the Taurus crew. So the Taurus crew, we do live trading rooms, which is like this, but a lot less chatty and more like actually looking to trade it. Whereas right now I'm just watching. We've got, yeah, loads of educational content, thousands of hours of educational content, and just a very nice community as well. Everyone's trading together. We do these live trading rooms. We're constantly looking at the markets. We're looking at basically every move. So if there's going to be a move with Bitcoin or altcoins, altcoins are just dead. But if there is going to be moves to be had on altcoins, such as what we had in Ape over the past week, so we've had some really nice trades on Ape recently. We had some really nice trades on Luna before that. We're still holding just the best short on both Ape and Luna right now. So yeah, happy days with that. We've got playbook strategies. So there's ways in which you can trade this no matter what price is doing. You can just look to be taking sensible trading. That's what we're all about. Realistic trading. Percentage moves is kind of, yeah, what we're after. That's enough of a plug. Go check out the website. It is there. TorosCrypto.com. It is somewhere up there. And yeah, I need to put the text so it comes across the screen again like I used to. And that's that. And we are moving down again. So we will follow this. We are moving down a little bit. Mr. Tub, too much content. Haven't even made a dent in it. Just saw the chart since Friday for the first time. Oh dear. Yeah, we've like, that's what I mean. We've got thousands of hours of educational content. It might take you quite a long time if you are new to the channel to get through everything within the crew. But I'd say, yeah, we've got really nice playbook strategies. They're things that you can just trade every day. Yeah, nice stuff. Nice stuff. Anyway, where are we? Still not doing anything. Oh, this is boring. I thought we were going to get some action. I was supposed to be having my room cleaned. They were supposed to come at 4, and then they were late, and then I delayed them till tomorrow because I was like, oh, I can't miss the New York Open. It's going to be really exciting. We're going to like dump, and it's going to be crazy, and it's going to be good fun. And I can do a nice stream on it. But it was literally the price that we started at. Again, as what always happens when I do a stream. So, yeah. Okay, so I would say to anyone again, if you are new here, Magi, a new member discount code. Unfortunately not. You have to take a checkout. We do sometimes do little fun promotions. You have to subscribe to the channel. Again, if you are new here, please do click the like button on the video. Please do hit the subscribe button. Whenever there's some kind of special events, like we did some fun stuff at Easter where you could spin the wheel and you could get discount off of membership, you could get free trials, things like that. We don't do it as standard. We don't do it that often. But if like a lot of people trading at the moment are a little bit tight on the cash side of things, then yeah, do look out. We do offers now and again. So yeah. And again, Miko Dogs, you want to join the crew, but you'd need to make 200% a month on my current account balance to pay for it. And I'm pressing X to doubt on that one. Maybe the crew could tell you how much they make a month. I mean, yeah, that's a lot. You need to be sensible with trading, and that's what we're looking at. But I mean, we've got some pretty profitable traders. We've been trading this really well. I think the majority of the people within the crew are probably in short positions, probably fairly chilled out right now. Probably really bored, because it is boring. Even if you're holding a short and you're making money, it's boring. But nevertheless, we're making money, and there has been really good trades for the past week. It's been very nice trading, very simple trading, but realistically, like what we're doing here, expecting moves, they never happen. Place alerts where you want them to be. Price hits alert, price reacts. It's that kind of thing. It's not, when it's boring, I mean, at least it's profitable. So yeah. Garrett, I was skint when joined Taurus, no regrets at all. What you failed to mention on that, you were skint when you joined Taurus. I'm hoping that you're not skint anymore. Maybe, but I don't know. Yeah. The Nero, what's the cost of living there for a month on average? In Dubai, it's actually pretty cheap. So property here is very, I mean, yeah, actually really quite cheap for property. So I'm looking at some apartments this weekend. I'm also staying in a different apartment next week. Basically, I made a massive mistake here, which was really stupid. I don't know why I did it, but I booked a place for a whole month. I should have like gone to different places and tried different places within the city, but I booked a place for a whole month. And now I'm bored of here already, so I've got like another apartment for next week, and I'm still paying for this one. But in this city, there's so many apartments, and lots of them are empty. There's way too much supply, way too much supply. The market is completely flooded with flats and high rises, and there's not enough people here. So people like on Airbnb and stuff are just, it's very, very cheap. So I've got a like really, really, really nice apartment next week. I will be showing everyone that when I'm there. So I will be there this weekend, and I'll probably do a stream from there. But food is similar to London, so I'm used to London prices. So London is pretty expensive for food. Drinks are expensive here because they're not common. But the nice thing about that is you just like, whereas you would normally have like a beer with an evening meal or something, that doesn't really happen as much here. So yeah, you're saving money on that. No, I've not moved to Dubai permanently. I'm just here trying it out, seeing how things go. It's a really, really nice city. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it so far. Pain in the ass to get around. Craig, I've not taken a trade yet, but I've been in the crew for 2 weeks, slowly getting my account ready to start. That's a good thing. Yeah, that's a good thing about it is just yeah, that's a good way. A good. I've lost my train of thought. That's a good way of thinking. Like you don't have to be trading every move. Like at the moment, the market's really like there's not a lot to be looking at, especially as a beginner. It's a very difficult market if you are a beginner in this market and you're not experienced in trading. I think screen time is good. Watching what price is doing is going to set you up really nicely for the future, but capital preservation is everything. And at the moment, you just want to be preserving capital because we don't know anymore where this is going to go. I had very strong conviction about 39,700 as resistance earlier. I had very strong conviction about that 37k level as being support, which we got that bounce from. At this point, I don't have strong conviction in any of the levels. So let's just wait, see what happens. If we hit the MPOC and we take out these lows in maybe 10, 15, 20, 30 an hour later on, then I might look to trade it. But at the moment, I'm not seeing a trade. I'm not seeing a very good opportunity in the market. So you can just chill out and just let the market do its thing. And that's, yeah, mainly what I've been doing for a lot of the time. So screen time is good. You'll learn just by watching what happens during these kind of movements, and it will give you um, some stuff to look at. Uh, Said, how have you got a visa without an employer? I mean, I, I'm just here on a tourist visa. I can stay here for 3 months if I wanted to on that, and then all I need to do is just cross the border to Oman every 3 months, and they'll just stamp it and come back. It's really easy as a British citizen to just stay here and just renew visa all the time. They're not fussy at all in this country. But yeah, it is an amazing city. Tax free is nice. And I, I could rent a car. I don't feel a need. Like again, tax cabs are so cheap here. So Ubers and Hala cabs, which are the local ones, they're so cheap. They're so cheap. And everything's close enough to me. I just taxi, just hop in a cab everywhere. It's nice and easy. Anyway, I'm just talking about Dubai now. But I'm having a good time. Greg, I don't think it'll be gone in 20 years. I think the city's fine. I think what I think Dubai is in like UAE. Dubai will be gone fairly soon, but I think it's unfortunately, and I don't like this. Like I went to a really nice. I went to Ajman last night, which is like a really kind of authentic Emirati nice area. So I went there last night, had some food, some like properly like local food, some nice fish by the sea there. That was really nice. But I think Dubai, realistically, it's going to stay here, but it's just going to become a tourist hotspot. It's going to become a place for international business. You're not going to have any of the traditions and anything here anymore. Like you can, people think that it's really strict on alcohol and things now, but now most of the restaurants are serving it. Um, and yeah, it's just going to become like a Cancun or or something like that. It's going to become that kind of thing. I think it'll be a party city soon, especially down like Marina, JBR and stuff. Anyway, yeah, I'm getting completely sidetracked because this is so dull. Bitcoin's not moved, not moved at all. I started this stream at here. We've moved 0.09% since I started the stream. I liked Azran. I liked it there. I felt like very welcomed. It was nice. The locals were nice. Uh, anyway, enough of that. So yeah, there's pros and cons to every city. Like, is there anything to look at? I don't. There's nothing going on. I might just wrap up this stream in a minute because then we'll get some price action and then you guys can trade it. Quick recap on some stuff. Luna. Okay, still looking for $52 on Luna. Still short from $118.50 or whatever it was. I think it's $118.50. Um, Still holding that short. Still waiting for $52 down here. Ape again falling apart. This has been another really nice one, but now there's my short position, $27.69. Very, very nice. Very happy with that short. We are at support now. So I think this is a really interesting point in which to be looking at a potential trade on Ape. It's come down a very, very long way. It's even come down a very long way since that second short that was taken here at $17.40. But I am interested again. Possibly spot. Actually, no, not spot. Come on, they're gifts of monkeys. So the token has no utility. So not spot, but I might look to trade it. And yeah, everything else wrecked, right? This is what we keep on saying. Wait for something to show you a sign of life, because until it does, then why trade it? Across the board, like, why get into positions right now? If things pump, things could pump like 20-30%, and they'd only be back at the price that they were when everyone was like, oh yeah, buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. Things could pump like 100% and still be very cheap. So yeah, yeah, meh, 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 meh. Everything's boring. I'm not going to look at altcoins because like, you're just going to get, it's, when there's an opportunity to look at altcoins, I'll look at altcoins. I know someone did in the chat did ask me to look at Nia. The weekly level was what I was interested in. There's that $11.88. I think we're below that. So again, reclaim that. Maybe it starts to become interesting, change market structure. You could look for longs at some point, but still, right now, just wait. Just allow the market just to do its thing. And there will be opportunities. For now, short and chill is good. And scalp against the trend, but very, very quick in and out. I sound so negative. For such a positive person, I'm always like, I am like a long-term crypto Bitcoin bull. I do think that we recover this, but of course I know we're gonna recover this. I just think at the moment is not the time. It probably will happen today, but you just don't know. So why risk right now when there's going to be so much opportunity to come over the next few weeks? We are going to get volatility. Volatility is going to come back into the market. So we're going to get that. There will be loads of opportunity. Why risk losing massive amounts before we start to get that movement and that opportunity in there? I just don't see the point. But still, if you see good opportunities, trade them. I can't like, I can't like. I've got to be. I'm trying to be as impartial as possible on this and as neutral as possible. I'm so bearish. I'm not normally bearish like this on the charts. I'm normally like happy, like, oh yeah, Bitcoin's gonna go 100K, and I'm sure we'll get there one day. But today it doesn't look very good. This downtrend is just so bad. Like, so bad. It's not even a bounce. Like, it's one of those occasions where people are like, okay, I can average in, I can get out on the bounce, and where's your bounce? It hasn't happened. So yeah. Anyway, I think I'll wrap it up there. It's been a good chat, everyone. It's been a good chat. It's been nice to talk. I'll see if there's any questions, but just before I finish. Ollie, wait for a pump and retrace in a higher high before. Yeah, something like that. Or if you can change market structure and you can just hold. Like at this point, if Bitcoin, hopefully, what I'd love to see is it come into the MPOC and they come up here and just hold. And this is a good opportunity actually, because you don't want to be going into deep retraces at that point. You want to get through yesterday's stuff. You want to get through a change of market structure. This could provide some nice opportunities. I will be interested in taking a trade down here. So I will be interested at 32,400 at taking a trade. If we do come up into this region and we can hold above, like actually this looks like a nice little void that we've got here. So if we can get up to about 35K, hold around there for a little while, then I do think that would get some continuation back to fill this stuff. And then you're looking at a proper reversal going on. So you are looking at a proper reversal. But at the moment, like that would be the safe play for anyone who's new, is just wait for it to form a range after a change of market structure, a major change of market structure, and then you're looking basically to get in at the lows of whatever low time frame ranges has been formed. Or you could try with a very tight stop, I think, to see if we do come down and we take these lows and we get a bit of volume. At that point, you're looking at order flow. You'd want to see open interest drop off. You'd want to see more people liquidated. You want to see some short positions, ideally some short positions opening at the low, but we might be a bit late for that at this point. So if we do come down here to around that 42,400 and a little bit lower, we do take out these lows and you see those kind of things, the drop in open interest, the shorts opening, the longs closing out, the negative delta coming into that, and you start to see a bit of volume, then that could be something that you could actually look to trade. So yeah, those are the things I'm interested in right now. Change of market structure, or we take these lows and we find a good level to take a trade off of. Otherwise, yeah, realistically, we're looking down here. If we were to look at like resistance to the upside, again, it's kind of obvious. So this is that 33,550 region that's a bit washed. So I'm probably going to remove that. You've got that 35,600, which was the initial MPOC. That is what tried to hold us on Friday. It got a couple of little bounces off of that. I do think if we were to see a move up into that region, that would be strong resistance. And then, of course, 37K is going to be a major level. If you can get back above 37, if you can do something like this crazy type of thing, then I do think we're going to be looking at like up towards 40, 50K again. I do think we could look to reverse this move. As soon as we get some volume in, I think it starts to look a lot better. But right now, there's not a lot here. Okay, there's really not a lot here. So yeah, again, hopefully that was useful for anyone. If you are new here, thank you for joining us. Normally, I'm a lot more like happy, and I'm saying a lot more about what's going on in the charts. We're getting some price movement. We're looking at altcoins. We're looking at stocks. We're looking at that kind of thing. But for me personally, I'm not feeling inspired by this price action at all. So I'm waiting for a kind of, it's going to happen very, very soon. We'll be back in the next few days. But for this move down, wherever the low is going to be, it's going to be fine. And I'll trade it once we actually put that in. And then there's so much data above us that will become really, really, really nice to trade. But yeah. Anyway, thank you, everybody. I will see you again very soon. Try to stay happy. Try to preserve capital, and try to trade without being too afraid. Like if you see a good opportunity, by all means take it. Just have your risk management in place. And until we meet again in circumstances where maybe we've got some volatility, I'll see you all soon. Cheers. Bye, bye, bye.